Lindsay.
And my name is Becky.
And we are the Sorry Girls. So today we're going to be talking about a super cute mid-century modern plant stand that everybody has been dying for, but they cost a lot of money. So we're going to show you how to make it.
Yeah, and we're going to show you a super sneaky hack for your fancy pots that maybe don't have drainage.
Yeah, and we're going to do a plant tour in our loft because when you guys saw the Loft Vibes episodes, you're like, what are these plants? Oh my God, they're so cute. And instead of responding to every single comment ever, we're just gonna include that in this video.
And there's also a bonus plant-related DIY that's over on our vlog channel because we're doing more fun content there.
Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. Speaking of a lot of stuff, you should subscribe so that you don't miss all this stuff that we're putting out because we are like super happy with our new space, our new setup, and all the content that we're pumping out. So if you're excited about it too, then you should subscribe to support your girls.
All right, let's get into plants.
So one of the issues we find with potting and plants is that the cutest planters don't have drainage, and what we mean by that is that they don't have holes in the bottom. You can add drainage by just adding rocks into the bottom so that the water has somewhere to sit, but some plants like to be watered from the bottom, meaning that if you have a tray at the bottom, you can just pour the water in there and it'll suck it up. Or adding drainage / holes in the bottom means that you won't get root rot. It's like a more surefire way. So we're gonna show you how to take a cute pot and how to add holes into the bottom. It's a lot easier than you think. So the key portion of this DIY is gonna be a masonry drill bit. A metal or wood drill bit isn't gonna work. So with our pot on a surface that we don't mind drilling into, we're literally just going to find the center and start drilling really, really, really slowly. So I'm not really pushing down on the drill that hard at all. I'm just using the weight of the drill to slowly drill this hole and chip away at the pot. Okay, and once you've gone through, you will have a hole in the bottom, and this is gonna act as your drainage. You're gonna need some kind of tray or bottom plate to place it on so that the water has somewhere to collect. These terracotta ones are super popular, so we're just gonna paint it white so it matches our pot, but you can also use a plate or whatever you can find laying around that's gonna match. All right, I will be right back. Okay, we're back and the saucer is painted. It matches the pot. We can plant this thing.
So next we're going to show you how to make a mid-century modern inspired plant stand. These are so trendy right now and they're actually not too hard to do. So the first thing to gather is the pot that you're actually going to put on your stand. Now typically pots that go straight up and down work a lot better than your traditional terracotta pot that's more angled. Our pot here is 10 inches. So the first thing we're going to build is the cross piece base of the plant stand. So we're going to need to make sure that that cross is 10 inches both ways. So to make the cross piece, we're using this, what I think is pine. It's 24 inches long, it's 1.5 inches wide, and 3/4 inches thick. So I'm gonna need to cut 2 pieces out of this that are 10 inches long each. Okay, so I have my 2 pieces both cut to 10 inches, and you can do this with a little hand saw like this, or if you're feeling really fancy, you can use a circular saw like this. It makes the job so much faster, but I know that not everyone owns this. So what we're going to do now is create 2 notches in these pieces of wood so they can slide together like a puzzle, fit nice and snug, and make a beautiful little X shape. So the first step is measuring out in the center where I want the notches to go so I can cut them out after. So we need to draw out a notch that is as thick as this piece is and as deep as halfway. We're going to use a handsaw to cut down and make a couple little notches inside of our cube here, and then we're going to use a chisel to pop them out so we can make a nice little hole. We're gonna end up eventually connecting these together. They fit in nicely. I'm gonna hammer them solid in place, but not yet because we wanna put the legs on these first. It's gonna be easier if it's in separate pieces. So we ended up getting these pieces of dowels that we're gonna use for the legs. These are 7/8 of an inch wooden dowels. We decided in total that we want our legs to be 18 inches tall. These are 4 foot long dowels, so we're going to cut 4 pieces out of them that are 18 inches long each. Okay, so we have 4 of our dowels cut to 18 inches each. So we decided that we want the top portion above the cross of the dowels to be 7 inches, so like here. And then the rest of the legs will end up being 11 inches. So I'm going to mark on my dowels 7 inches down so we know where they're gonna sit on the cross. So to attach the cross pieces to the legs, we're going to use these little dowel pins. I want to put 2 dowel pins in the cross pieces, and then the other ends of those will go into here. So we need to measure where we're going to drill holes for these pins to go into both pieces. So all I did was take the end of our little cross pieces, trace it onto a piece of cardstock and cut it out. And now I know that I want my dowels to go in 3/8 of an inch down and 3/8 of an inch across twice. So I drew out those exact points and poked a little hole through. So I can draw out this exact drill mark. I can do it on the ends here, and I can also lay it on my dowel here and draw those dots as well. Next, we're going to drill holes in all of these points the same size as our dowel pins. So now we have the holes and everything, and it's looking good, looking promising. So the last step pretty much is to assemble it all. So like I said before, we're using these little dowel pins, and we're going to put one in each hole and then obviously connect them together. And then the last step will be connecting these pieces together. We're also just going to drop a tiny little bit of wood glue into each hole to make sure that the dowels don't come loose. Oh my goodness, look how legit this is. We want to leave it and let the wood glue dry for a good 25 minutes. All right, it's been sitting and drying for about 25 minutes. Does it work? Does it work? Does it work? Eee! So I think now we're going to sand the tops to make them a little bit more polished and then give it a nice stain. So the stain has dried. It looks so good. So let's put the pot in it and see what it looks completed. Okay. I mean, I feel like I said this already. It's really cute. Okay, it's cute. It needs a plant. I am actually going to put our ZZ plant in it, which, speaking of, a lot of you guys have questions about our like fancy plants we have in the office. So Kelsey is going to give you a little plant tour of some of our favorite plants and show you what we have.
So our super fancy plant tour starts right here with our ZZ in our new mid-century modern pot. These are super good in low light, so if you don't have the best lighting, you should definitely look into getting a ZZ. They will thrive. This is our peace lily. We actually got this from the hardware store and it's pretty good. It does soak up water like a freaking sponge though. You can even see that they're a little wilty because it hasn't been watered in like 3 days. I mean, calm down. This is a pineapple that's gonna take 2 years to grow and eat. But I mean, look how cool it is. Guys, I know you've pointed out the old fiddly fig tree, which lost some leaves because in the old space, it was not getting enough light and it was a little traumatized. But in this new space with all of this light and my full attention, oh my God, it is growing like crazy. Half of these leaves are new leaves. You saw us make some drainage in this pot here. Honestly, I don't know what this is called because this is a housewarming gift from Saskia, a YouTube friend, but it's really gorgeous and look how cute it looks in its brand new pot. You guys have asked about this. This is called a zebra plant. This also drinks a lot of water and it has new baby leaves too. Oh my God, baby leaves are my favorite thing. And over here, this is our fiddly fig bush, or a ficus lorata. I think like that's a ficus lorata tree. This is a ficus lorata bush. This one has baby leaves too. Also, this has a little mid-century modern plant stand too, but we didn't make this one, so shh. Okay, up here we actually have hooks built into our ceiling, so we decided to just hang some plants from the hooks. This is a DIY'd macrame plant holder, just out of some rope and some knots. This one we got from a store, but in both of these are just some terracotta pots and some jade. And I mean, they're pretty freaking cute. In our Loft Vibes series, I know you guys saw this plant right here and you're like, what plant's on the fridge? What plant's on the fridge? This is a pothos and it has just been growing like crazy. Like when we first got it, it was probably only this long. And we had it in our old office, but I mean, look how long it is now. It's reaching the floor and these are really easy to take care of. Like we barely watered it when we first got it and it lived. All right, so up here, this is our balcony planter. I know you usually see these outside, but when you have a mezzanine in your loft, I mean, why not? So we just built this out of a couple pieces of wood and sandwiched it around our railing. If you guys want to see the full tutorial on this, we did one up on the vlog channel just because it's a little bit more specific to our space. We filled this guy with trailing plants because ideally we want this to be like super long, and then downstairs you're like, whoa, what is this curtain of plants? And if you want to know what we put in this, we also have that on the vlog channel. But it's some pothos, some ivy that we just divided up and that kind of split along this whole trough. All right, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Like we said just a moment ago, there is a vlog where we told you how to make that planter.
And subscribe while you're over there. Leave us a comment below if you're loving the plant-related videos because we want a reason to do more.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure that you like it.
And if you love it, make sure you sub it.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.